in the morning, heart of South Philly. Let's go see what the people have got to say. I'm ready to roll if they need me.
Now listen here, Dutch. Mets and the Cowboys, they suck.
1, 2, 3, go Birds! Go Birds! Here we got 302BIRDS, Steaks. Go Birds! Oh my gosh, Chad.
Your favorite Chicagoan. Go Phils.
As always, God bless. Go Birds.
Get your water ice and soft pretzels ready because you are now tuned into a 302BIRDS podcast experience. Proudly presented by TickPick, Nick's Pizza, El Diablo Burritos, and Klondike Kate's on the heart of Main Street. Let's take it to the show.
What's going on, guys? And welcome into 302BIRDS. As it's not our usual show that we usually do, but I got a special guest in the mix, Chaos Chris, one of my greatest friends. Welcome into the show, Chris.
Hey, I'm back. You know, I might be, I don't know if I'm Dalton tonight or I'm KJ, but I'm one of them.
Yeah.
We're here. We had a great
You're Chris.
week.
You're Chaos Chris. That's who you are.
Yeah, I'm Chaos Chris. That's who I am. We had a great week this week. We went to the Eagles game together, had a ton of fun. We'll talk a little bit about that more later, but I'm glad to be on again.
Yeah, definitely. We had a blast against the Raiders. We all went to the game. It was me, Nolan, Dalton, and Chris. So that was, a dynamic quadruple, I guess you could call that. So it was awesome. It was a great time, and got to see the Birds win. So and get back on track. Maybe we'll get into that in just a little bit. We got some great topics to talk about. Even something that we really don't talk about, even though we do represent the state of Delaware, even the Delaware Blue Hens, who will be in a bowl game tonight at 8:30. They will be taking on the Louisiana University Ragin' Cajuns. But yeah, I got to cover it because it is part of Delaware, so I got to cover it. But I'm not.
Shout out. I hope Delaware wins.
Yeah.
My buddy Cole Thompson works there now, so
Yeah.
I guess I got to root for the Blue Hens a little bit. You know, they're not really rivals with Villanova anymore, who also has a big game this weekend.
Right,
you guys
right.
didn't know. A little bit bigger than Delaware's game, but that's a whole other story.
Right.
Yeah, but it would be cool to watch, first season they go to a bowl game. That's pretty impressive no matter how you slice it. So I hope the Blue Hens take one home for the great state of Delaware, and we'll see what happens.
Yeah. It's interesting because from what I've heard from our good friend Mikey D, this wasn't a rule. Like, this was a rule where, like, if you were in the if I'm mistaken, if I'm right or wrong, in the FCS and you were just there for one season, you really couldn't make a bowl game. But for Delaware, they were able to do that, which is pretty cool. I mean, they changed the rules a little bit now, so it gives them a chance. I think Delaware and some other school. I'm trying to think of the other school. I think it was Missouri's, some school in Missouri that was in the FCS that got bumped up to the FCS. So I don't think they got a bowl game, but Delaware got to go to one. So they get.
Yeah, I know Cole was telling me that they had to get a special invite to be in a bowl game.
Right.
And there's a few teams that wound up backing out of bowl games. They still had to win 6 games to be bowl eligible, but they wound up getting the invite, and that's huge. That's huge for that program. That's huge for, even if they lose this game, it's huge for the whole program. It jumpstarts them. It'll help them get some recruits, and maybe we'll see Delaware being a bigger school in the future. They're pouring a ton of money into it, so it could happen.
Yeah, they have the stadium for it, and I think that's really what got them into the next division for football. So that definitely played a factor. So I mean, they definitely have some great alumni there. Some NFL stars. I mean, for instance, Joe Flacco is one of them. So one of the guys I respect from Delaware. So, I mean, and you got Rich Gannon too. We talked about him, obviously, us playing the Raiders. It was pretty cool. It's one of the questions that I actually had for our interviews. I was asking, I said, which quarterback played for the University of Delaware and then went on to play for the Raiders, and happened to be Rich Gannon. So he's one of the other guys as well. So there's much more alumni from Delaware, but that's for another day, and we'll get into that another time. But we got to talk about the main birds that we talk about on this channel, and that is the Birds of Philadelphia, the Eagles. What a game for the Birds, able to bounce back like that. And the first shutout since, I believe, 2018, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
At home. It was 31-0. We shut out the Raiders, and I mean, I'll give it to Raiders fans. They showed up. They definitely did. And even after the game, they were still proud of their team, which usually if we get killed like that, we usually are totally different with that. Like we're cursing them out or doing some other stuff. And it's very different fan bases, very different outlooks. They know their season's over, and for us, we have a chance. So, but yeah, what'd you think, Chris?
I mean, it was just a beautiful day from the start. I left my house, I believe, at 5:45 in the morning. It's just absolutely massive snowstorm. I mean, like 2 inches an hour. I'm sliding all over the place in my truck, getting to KJ's house. I get there, and Dalton's rolling out of the bed, just slowly walking over. He's like, "Let's go!" And he decided to wear his Uggs, so his feet were cold the whole day. It was hilarious.
Yep.
We ended up stopping at Cracker Barrel. Shout out Cracker Barrel. They give us a like on Instagram too. So shout out Cracker Barrel. Saw some people sliding all over the place, trying to get up hills and stuff. But hey, we made the stadium. Had a great time at the tailgate. I met Philly the dog. I know KJ met Philly the dog too.
Yep.
And he was an absolute legend. And so is his owner. He's awesome.
Yeah.
But it was just a great day. And then we watched some tremendous football, offensively and defensively. Just a wonderful football game. Wonderful day. Glad I was able to do it with you boys. Hope we do it again.
Of course. Yeah, it was awesome. We definitely thought it was going to be one of those snowball games. It really was just snowball outside of the stadium. It felt like a snowball outside of it, but once you got in the stadium, there really wasn't too much of reminiscences of snow. I got a couple texts from my parents, which I don't know why, but for some reason they thought I was going to chuck snowballs, which I never do anything. I don't throw objects. They said, if you see some snow, don't throw it or anything like that. There was no, Chris, did you see any snow in our area? I didn't see anything.
No, they did a really good job of cleaning there.
They did.
I think they probably knew they had to do a good job of cleaning because there would be some idiots like me who threw snowballs on the field. But no, the field was cleaned up pretty well. The seats were cleaned up pretty well. I kind of wish they would have left the field with a whole bunch of snow on it, but I get it. Like it's a player safety issue and all that, whatever. But I am glad that we still have those elements to our stadium. The wind definitely was still a factor in the game, whether you couldn't really see it a ton, but the punting was a disaster.
Yeah.
I just, everybody who wants a dome, we were cold, but who cares? I
don't want a dome.
It builds for the experience. 5-10 years from now, we're going to be making fun of Dalton for putting on a plastic bag on a shoe outside the stadium.
That is true.
Yeah, he did that.
True story.
But he only had one because I'm from Jersey and we don't have plastic bags here.
Yeah, it's a true story, guys. I mean, Dalton, we told him not to do what he did. He decided to wear Uggs to the game, and he didn't bring an extra pair of shoes. I brought work boots that I use for work anyway, so I brought those with my sneakers. I left them back at the car. Dalton decided to still be like, yeah, I'm going to rock my Uggs. I'll be fine. But the snow is also they put all the salt on they put the salt on the concrete and all the blacktop. So all of the snow was just melting. And it was obviously, and you would see all these puddles and everything like that, and you would just get drenched in the puddles. And Dalt just decided, yeah, I'll be fine. And then his Uggs were just getting destroyed. So learn from Dalton and Holland's mistakes. Do not wear Uggs, especially at a potential snow game or rain game, any kind of weather game. Don't wear Uggs. Just don't. I know they keep you warm, but they don't keep you dry. That's the main thing about Uggs. So, but yeah, I mean, besides all the other stuff and whatever, I mean, we had a blast. It was awesome. Great atmosphere. Shout out to some Raiders fans. They were a lot of fun. But, I mean, for the most part, though, I mean, the game itself, as we said before, we haven't had a shutout like this since 2018. Chris, what did you see from both the offense and the defense that you liked the most?
I mean, it just looked like pure domination, basically, on both sides of the football. The run game wasn't there the run game was there, but it wasn't there like last year. But the defense, I was talking about it with Joey and Mooner yesterday, and it really, like, they looked like the best defense I've ever seen them have. I mean, they allowed 75 yards. That's insane for a football game. Like, and the fact that, yeah, I get it, it's the Raiders, who's their backup quarterback, still an NFL team. Allowing less than 100 yards in a football game is just absolutely insane. And I think the only time they got on the other side of the field was off of a 15-yard penalty from Cooper DeJean, who pushed the guy way after the whistle.
Yeah, Tyler Lockett. He shoved Tyler Lockett.
Yeah. I didn't see it, honestly, so I think it was a bullshit call.
At it. I watched it back on my phone, and
he didn't do it. Didn't do it. No proof.
Well, I mean, it's funny because Lockett got, I'm going to give Cooper DeJean my back on this. Lockett got in his face. Lockett said something to him where Cooper DeJean just obviously shoved him, and Lockett just did a total Joel Embiid flop and just flopped to the ground. For some reason, they just called on Cooper DeJean. They called the flag on him. It really didn't help them anyway because, I mean, the Raiders just couldn't do anything against us. And it was cool to see Pete Carroll finally come back here, and we get to beat Pete Carroll because we've had in the past when he's at those Seahawks teams, they've destroyed us every time. Mostly every time they've destroyed us. I don't remember the last time I've seen the Eagles beat the Seahawks. We rarely play them. So just like the Raiders, we rarely play them as well. But definitely, I do agree. Like the defense looked dominant. They looked dominating. I mean, they dominated them. And I mean, it was cool to see guys like Jordan Davis contribute. Adoree Jackson looked like he's just looked like he's done a 360 of like a total player in general. I mean, we thought he was a liability, and he's actually locking down wide receivers and pretty good wide receivers right now. So he's been doing really good. Got to give it to him. Got to tip my cap to him because he's actually playing lockdown defense. Our boy Quinyon Mitchell's playing great lockdown defense as well. Nakobe Dean's been playing like a monster out there. I mean, the guy is just a beast, and I think sky's the limit for him. And how about BG getting 2 sacks? I mean, that was awesome to see him back out there and him contributing like that with the 2 sacks like that. So definitely the defense played their hearts out, their guts out, and it was a great performance. And the offense, Jalen honestly looked really good. There was that ball he had to AJ. I mean, it wasn't like maybe the best decision right there because he was triple covered right there. But he was able to thread that needle in. So you got to give it to him with that ball. It was a great ball. And we were right there too. We were right in that end zone. So we had the picture perfect angle of everything going on. And you just see in Jalen Hurts' eyes, you just kind of see the vision that he sees AJ going down with the route. And it's just it's a perfect ball. And it's just right in the right spot. So, and I mean, also it was cool to see nearly a hat trick by Dallas Goedert. He almost had 3 touchdowns. He should have had that one catch on the other side of the end zone. It just tipped his hands, and it was just a brain cramp kind of thing. So he had 2 touchdowns in the game, but he should have had 3, and it would have even been more of a dominating win. Because think about it, it probably would have been 37 points. Would have been 37-0. But
and they could have scored there at the end too, and decided to try to run with Bigsby instead of the tush push. And I mean, if they do the tush push there, I think they get it. I mean,
yeah,
Tanner McKee's still 6'6". I think he could still get in on a quarterback sneak.
yeah.
But yeah, I don't think they were really trying to rub it in too much there at the end. They just happened to put together another drive.
Yeah, no, I think so. I think so. Yeah, so I mean, great game by the Birds, and hopefully, I mean, we'll get into the preview of the Commanders. But there's one thing. I mean, I didn't make this graphic. I didn't think of this. I mean, this is obviously beyond the season isn't over yet, so I wasn't even thinking of this. But yeah, Maxx Crosby, he was saying how he loved playing in Philly. He said the atmosphere was awesome. He said he definitely always dreamt of playing there, and he definitely thought it was even better than he thought it was going to be. So that was cool. I know that people are saying like, oh, he might be an Eagle and whatever like that. I don't really see it. I'm just going to tell you that right now. I see it kind of like the same thing with Myles Garrett, how we keep on hearing rumors about, hey, he's coming to Eagles, yada, yada, yada. Oh, he's got interest in coming to Eagles, yada, yada, yada. And then they re-sign him or something like that. They give him a really big check. They give him a really big contract. So that's probably what the Raiders will do. And I don't see him in a midnight green jersey so anytime soon. But it's cool that he likes Philly.
Yeah, and I don't think we need him. Like, if you've seen the way this defensive line's played over the last few years, last few weeks, they don't need that big time dominant edge rusher like that because they just get pressure with anybody. Mm-hmm. So I don't think spending $45-50 million on a guy like Crosby or Garrett or that really makes a ton of sense for this team. Because then you're going to be lacking in other areas. And I think they can build a more rounded defense if they go out and keep the cheaper pass rushers out there. Be interesting to see if they bring back Phillips, how much Phillips is going to cost. But Phillips isn't going to cost as much as Crosby. So obviously they're not the same player. Crosby's a hell of a player. But, you know, if you can have this rotation the way it is, I think it might be better than having Crosby.
Yeah, so Jaden was saying we don't need Crosby. I agree, Jaden. Yeah. I definitely agree. Would it be cool to have Crosby? Yeah, sure. I mean, I don't have anything against the guy. I think he's a great player. I just think that definitely it's one of those exaggerations from us Eagles fans that we keep on hearing. So definitely one of those dreams for sure. But moving on, and this could probably, I mean, I think definitely since we have Chris here, I mean, we don't have the guy who's usually here for this segment, but
usually,
he's never really here. But you know what? Salute to him. He's working right now. He told me he couldn't show up, so he's working right now. But we love you, ballpark. But let's take it back to the ballpark.
Time for Phillies Talk with Ballpark Tommy. Finger stitch.
So the Phillies made some moves, Chris.
Yeah.
Dombrowski actually put on his thinking cap. Yeah. I think.
I don't know if he.
We'll see.
He might be thinking. I don't know if he's thinking the right thing.
Thinking. But I mean thinking. It doesn't mean like just like a lot. It might mean like a little tad. But yeah, Adolis Garcia from the Rangers is now. Was he with the Rangers recently, or he was with?
Yeah, he's been with the Rangers.
Yeah, Rangers. Okay. Is now a Philadelphia Philly. How about that? A 1-year deal, I believe it was. I think it was a 1-year deal, and the Phillies get him for a 1-year stint. So, what do you think about that, Chris? Garcia with the Phils.
I don't like it, honestly. If he can go be the player that he was 2 years ago, fine. But I don't see that happening. I feel like this is another Max Kepler type deal. You're bringing in another guy who was good a few years ago. Maybe he can be good again. Like it's a smaller contract, so it's not like they're paying him a ton. Right. It's crazy to say $10 million in a ton, but baseball grand scheme thing, it's not. He's a better defender than Castellanos, but his bat's the same or worse than Castellanos. So I just don't really see it being an upgrade in right field. It was a real problem last year with right field. You still have the problem again this year. Bader's probably not coming back now, which Bader was a better player than Castellanos. Bader's probably a better player than Adolis Garcia. I'm not huge on it. I get it's like he's Nick Castellanos, but with better defense, basically. Yeah, it's a slight upgrade, but the bat's not there. He can't hit. He's actually much worse against lefties than Nick Castellanos, and the Phillies could not hit lefties at all last year. So I'm not in love with it. If these are the only moves they make for the outfield, it's a massive failure. What are your thoughts on it, KJ?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that I can really think of is the guy has a World Series trophy under his belt. But here's the thing though, I'm going to say this. It's one of those trophies that honestly should have been ours. It wasn't. And I think if we played the Rangers in that World Series, we would have kicked the living crap out of them. So I mean, and I'll say it till the day I die. I think the Phillies would have definitely defeated the Rangers in that World Series. And I think Adolis Garcia would not be as successful with our pitching, with our pitching that we had back then. But I do feel like this is an okay move. I don't think it's one of those crazy moves. I don't think it's one of those moves that you're like, oh my God, this is insane. I said, oh my God, we got Garcia, but I wasn't saying oh my God, this is amazing. I was saying, oh my God, we got Garcia. This is it's either it's going to go really well or this is going to go really badly. It's either going to be a waste or it's going to be a good move. I think he's better though than who's he? I'm trying to think the other guy that we were talking about, Kepler. I think he's better than Kepler. I do think he is a better hitter than Kepler, and he has more confidence than Kepler.
I feel like he's better last year.
What's up?
I think Kepler's stats might have been better last year, honestly.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
I just feel they both weren't very good.
Yeah.
He is coming back to Philadelphia, so it's a little bit of a different ballpark to hit in. I expect those stats to be a little bit better, but is he a World Series outfielder now? I don't think so. Is Brandon Marsh a World Series left fielder? No.
Hell no.
You don't know what you're getting out of Crawford yet. I think Crawford's going to be fine.
Yeah.
But if that's your only bright spot in the outfield, you have a problem. And Crawford's going to struggle some. He's 21 years old. He's going to struggle at times. He's not going to come up and be completely dominant. There's going to be mistakes. And you're going in with another unsure outfield again and an unsure lineup. And, your goal right now is to try to beat the Dodgers, and they're nowhere close. They might be worse now. Now, yeah, the offseason's not over yet. There's still a lot of time. But I'm not really confident at this point. I think the move they made earlier today, they signed Brad Keller, a reliever from the Cubs, had a really, really good year last year.
He's one of the best relievers in the league.
Yeah, one of the best relievers in the league when there's no runners on base.
Right.
There's runners in scoring position. He's a Ryan Kerkering again.
Oh, geez.
So if the manager uses him right and uses him in clean innings at the start of the innings instead of bringing him in during, when there's runners in scoring position, it's a hell of a signing. If the manager's going to use him wrong, it's another bad signing. Because Kerkering is fine in clean innings too. When you bring him in to try to stop the bleeding and hold somebody on, it doesn't work. So we'll see on that one. It's 2 years, $22 million. It's not a ton. The thing that annoys me is they could have just brought back Hoffman or Estevez last year, and we wouldn't have to worry about this. But it is what it is.
Yeah. Someone was asking who the dog is in the back. That's Mango. Yeah, that's Mango. She's back there. She's chilling. She's yeah, so but no problem, Todd, no problem. But yeah, I think definitely it's funny that they got Keller because I actually saw him. I'm pretty sure I saw him pitch when the Cubs took on the Brewers. Me and Dalt were at Ash's wedding, and I got to go to the Cubs game, actually solo, which was pretty cool. I wore all Phillies gear, and I had a Kyle Schwarber jersey on, and they were trying to recruit and tell me that Kyle Schwarber was coming back to the Cubs, not the Phillies. He's coming back to the Cubs. And I said, nope, we're gonna be re-signing him. So thank you very much. And we did that. Don't know if it was the best move, but you know what? We did re-sign him. So I think it was a decent move. I think age-wise, it's a little different. But I mean, I'm trying to think too, Chris. Speaking of age, how old is Adolis Garcia? I'm trying to think how old he is.
He's 32 years old.
So that concerns me. I got to be honest.
That's why it's like it's one thing if he had that bad season when he's 27, 28. Yeah. Once you start to lose your bat speed a little bit, it's not great. He's going to be 33 when the season starts.
Yeah, that concerns me because right now we are getting older and older, and it's kind of really hard to kind of put a finger to that. Like, I mean, it just doesn't make any like sense. Why are we trying to get older? We should be trying to get younger, if anything. So it doesn't really make too much sense. It really doesn't, because you see teams like the Dodgers who are getting younger. What are we doing? We're getting freaking older. I mean, we're getting like a retirement home. Not saying Adolis Garcia is freaking 40 years old, but he's going to be 33 pretty dang soon.
And the other thing is, like, they go out and sign Kyle Schwarber, give him $150 million. That is a win now, like, let's go for it type move.
Yeah.
And then you do this, like, this Adolis Garcia is a patchwork move. He's not a guy that's like, oh, he immediately makes you better. No, he doesn't. Like, he might make you slightly better, maybe in right field, but it's not going to be like a significant upgrade. If they would have went out and got Bellinger, who again is a lefty, so whatever. Yeah. But like if they would have went out and got a real legit player out there in right field and a real legit player out there in left field, all right. But right now it's like you got slightly better, like maybe you got completely destroyed by the Dodgers. Does this make you better? I don't think so.
Yeah, I mean, all these teams got to compete with the Dodgers. And, I mean, right now the Dodgers are cheating the system right now. I mean, they just got Edwin Diaz, which is insane. And definitely upgrades them even more. Edwin Diaz, one of the biggest closers in the MLB. That's going to be crazy. I wonder if they're going to do the trumpet song over there in LA. I mean, that's going to be interesting.
Probably. And they're going to get at least one of the Japanese guys, too.
Oh, yeah, they're definitely going to. I mean, definitely the Dodgers. I mean, they love to get those Japanese stars over there. They really, I mean, it shows that they definitely they strive over in LA. I mean, like that's the place where they really do thrive, and definitely that organization knows how to work with them a lot and really get the potential out of them. So that's a good thing about the Dodgers over there. But it's funny too, Chris. I mean, we talked to. Remember, I was interviewing Raiders Lokes at the game, a Raiders fan, and he was telling me he's like, I was like, so are you a Dodgers fan? He's like, I'm kind of on strike with the Dodgers right now. And I was like, why is that? He's like, I don't like what our owner's doing right now. He's like, I don't like what he's doing. And there's a bunch of fans. He said the first time they won it, I mean, not this year, but the year before, he said there was like 10 million people. This time he said it was like something around like 34,000, or it was lower. And he's saying it's because people went on strike and they're actually more pissed at the Dodgers than anything. I don't know what exactly it was. I forget what he exactly said, the reason why, but there was a certain thing that the owner did that certain fans don't like, and they are on strike right now, which is pretty shocking for a dynasty like the Dodgers. For fans to do that like that.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy, especially a team that, they're winning. They're
winning. So it's like
usually winning cures all, but not always the
I
case.
guess it doesn't. I mean, that's shocking. Like for someone to be like, yeah, I'm on strike with them right now. I'm like, how are you on strike right now? You're on top of the world. Not just 1 year, but that's 2 years in a row. I mean, it's like, what else do you need? But I mean, I guess there's something else going on. I mean, I don't know the details, but yeah. But definitely the Phils, they got some thing. I mean, let's talk about this right before we go on to the next topic, one of our last topics. But a guy who gave me and you and Phillies fans across the world headaches every time he touched a baseball. Bye to Jordan Romano. Get out of here. Let the door hit you on the way out. I hated that guy so freaking much. I couldn't stand him. I couldn't even go without a time getting his name confused with the actor Ray Romano, because that's literally how it felt when that guy was on the mound for the Phillies. It was like we got the guy who was the voiceover for freaking Manny from the Ice Age, and he was out there pitching for the Phillies. That's how it felt when Ray Jordan Romano was out there pitching. Thank God, get out of here. I mean, I wouldn't call him that, but but yes, he's gone. He was a terror for this team. So he definitely was. But how about that, Chris? He's gone. He's off to LA with the Angels.
I can't believe the guy got a major league deal with another team. I mean, he's stealing $2 million from the Angels next year. I guess, that just the previous experience got him that money. I mean, there was times where he was okay last year, and I guess that's probably what they're trying to strive for there with the Angels, like hoping that maybe he can harness that for the rest of the year. And, Philly's a tough place to pitch, especially as a reliever. You have one bad game in Philly and everybody wants you dead. So I feel for Romano in some aspects, and some aspects I don't. But I'm glad that, he's not coming back. That's for sure.
Yeah, thank God. I don't feel bad for him one bit, because the guy definitely he had time to clean it up. He has shown before that he has potential. He's shown before that he has skills, and he really lost all of that. And he definitely he screwed up big time for the Phils. And he honestly blew games for us multiple times. We could have had a way better record than we had. But we didn't because of Romano. There were some times where he blew some games. He blew some saves. So we needed him to close out, and he didn't do it. Gave up home runs, gave up hits, and they were inexcusable hits as well. So definitely great. I mean, I am jumping up for joy. I know our good friend in James Fratty was really excited.
Mm-hmm.
He was texting me this morning, and it was like, I woke up this morning hearing that Jordan Romano is gone, and I am fulfilled. So that was really cool to hear that from Fratty, because he's been pretty depressed about the Phillies, and I don't blame him. They've been doing a lot of stupid moves in general. So, and I mean, they've been losing a lot of fans' hope. I don't blame him for that. I really don't. So, yeah, definitely that was a crazy move. But moving on to our last topic, and this brings up the preview of the Eagles and Commanders game, and that brings us to our knockout punch. Let's hit it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time. The final word, the boldest take, the mic drop moment that hits harder than a Rocky's right hook. This is the knockout punch, powered by Balboa Steaks, the undefeated king of Delaware steaks. Bold takes, big bites. Let's swing.
So the Eagles have a chance this weekend, Chris. They got a chance to clean this out. They got a chance to clean history right now and finally go back to back. They have a chance to go back to back as NFC East champions. Can they do it? I mean, We'll see. I mean, Jaden Daniels, he's questionable now for the Commanders.
He's done. He's out for the year.
Oh, he is.
Yeah,
oh, really?
Done. Yeah, it's Mariota.
Done.
Yeah, they shut down. They shut down.
Was that today?
It was the other day.
Wow.
Yeah, they shut him down.
Jeez, I guess my fantasy football app did not. It really didn't update me at all. So Okay,
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
done for the year.
they sat him for the year, so it's an easy
Wow.
game. It's an easy
Yeah.
game.
They should win this game. They definitely should. If they play like how they did against the Raiders, I think they
Same
definitely will get the win, which I think they will. I think they know the magnitude of this game. Well, actually, no. I'm gonna let Chris go with the knockout punch first. Actually, so you got a knockout punch for this game, Chris?
Yeah, so my knockout punch might be 2 punches.
Okay.
So Saquon Barkley's at 940 yards on the season, and
Okay.
Devontae Smith is at 889 yards on the season. I think they both hit 1,000 yards
Ooh.
this weekend, and you're going to have a 1,000-yard receiver and a 1,000-yard running back, and Jalen Hurts will be over 3,000 yards at the end of the game too. So I think that's going to be a big thing, and they're going to roll and win again.
Definitely. I mean, down there, it's pretty much Lincoln Financial South. We take over that stadium all the time. So I've been there with Dalton, Jack, and it's, the stadium is rotting by the minute. And I do think the Commanders right now, they've had a rotting season right now. I mean, definitely injuries have been rotting their team, and they've had what I thought they were going to be a competitor with us, and injuries have just bit them in the butt right now. It definitely, I mean, having Daniels out for the rest of the year as well, that's killed them. I think they had Terry McLaurin now for a good while as well. They had some other players. I think Luvu was out for a good bit. I could be wrong. But they had some players, some really key players that were out that really derailed them this season. So it's unfortunate for them. But that's just how it works with football. Unfortunately, it's a hard truth of it. Injuries are a part of the game, and it sucks. But yeah, this should be a really good game for the Birds. This should be the game where they do take the division. They become back-to-back NFC East champs, which hasn't happened since 2004, 2005, around that time. It's the last time that the Eagles have done that. Last time an NFC East team has done that, where they win back-to-back or even more than back-to-back NFC East titles. But my knockout punch is going to be this. I think Adoree Jackson is going to have an interception.
Okay.
I know that sounds crazy.
Not really. The way he's been playing, not really.
The way he's been playing, I can feel it in the air. And especially with Marcus Mariota at quarterback, he's probably going to make a mistake, most likely. And if you think about it, we're playing 2 back-to-back quarterbacks that were Eagles.
Mm-hmm.
And not long ago. I mean, Kenny Pickett was an Eagle. And then Marcus Mariota was an Eagle before that as well. So definitely
3 times this year.
What's up?
3 times this year, because we had Wentz earlier this year too. We played.
True. How about that? Yeah, how about that?
We're getting 3 or 4 wins gifted to us because our old quarterbacks are playing against us.
How about that, dude? How about that? I feel like there was another guy too, but I could. No. Minshew's playing with Kansas City. I mean, but we didn't even get to see him though because Mahomes played. So, but yeah, it could have been 4, which would have been insane. But yeah, I think Adoree Jackson's going to have a pick in this game, and I think also the defense is going to cause a fumble in this game. I think they're going to cause not even 1 fumble. They might cause 2 fumbles in this game. Mm-hmm. So I think it's going to be a great turnover game. If you have the Eagles in fantasy, I think, you know what, that's going to help you out a lot. I think the Eagles are going to help you out in fantasy football, especially if you got a championship game. Well, not championship game. It should be like Final Four. So not a championship game. Actually, some people are in championship games, so could be wrong. But yeah, that's what I think about the Birds. I think the Birds win this game. I'm going to give a prediction. I'm going to say they win it. I'm going to say 28-7. I'll give the Commanders a touchdown, but I'm going to say 28-7. What do you think, Chris?
I'm pretty sure I said 35-17 last night. I'm going to stick with that again. And I think those 17 points are going to be late for the Commanders.
Kind of like how the Chiefs did it in the previous Super Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they thought exactly it was actually something.
Yeah.
They make it look like there's more points on the board, but they were just really just garbage points.
Yep, against their backups.
Yeah, so.
That's the one thing. The Eagles gave up big. I'm pulling Hurts.
Yeah, I agree with. So I agree with that. And I know that people who out there who are on the Tanner McKee wagon, they're going to be like, oh, well, that means that, you know what? That means that Tanner benched Hurts. They benched Hurts, and now they're putting in Tanner McKee. They want to win now. No, they're doing that because they want to prevent Hurts from getting hurt. So when it comes down to it, I mean, like, we need Hurts for the playoffs. We need him for the postseason. I think that's the best guy to get it done for us. He's already got it done for us. I mean, I wouldn't be wearing his jersey. I wouldn't be believing in him for all these years. So I'm going to still keep on believing in Jalen Hurts. And I mean, he's a winner when it comes down to it. So, I mean, yeah, definitely you could see them take out Jalen at some point, even if it is, I mean, especially if it is one of those dominating games where you just got the Eagles just thumping on the Commanders. And I mean, the lead is just like 30 plus points. They're probably going to pull Jalen Hurts out and give him a rest, most likely. But, yeah. And yes, actually, that just brought up a topic of ours. Thank you, Jaden, for saying this. I appreciate you. So if you're not doing anything on Saturday, 4:30 at Founding Brothers, our good friends at Founding Brothers on the main street of Newark, Delaware, the main street of University of Delaware's campus, we will be having our last Eagles watch party of the season. We had one last time at Founding Brothers. It was awesome, so shout out to them. It was a great time. It was against the Vikings, so it was against another former Eagles quarterback. So we get to go cheer against another former Eagles quarterback. Not so influential, but somebody who was here for, I think, just one season in Marcus Mariota. So we'll see how that goes. But it's gonna be a fun time. We're also gonna be giving away some things. I'll show you one of the things that we are giving away. If I can find it, literally was just here. Yeah, it was literally just here. I literally just had it. If it's around. Yep, I got it. It's right here. So, all right. Nope, actually, that's not it. But whatever, it's around. I got confused with something else. I got a signed Brett Selleck football that I will be giving away. Also, I will also be giving away some other things as well. The cool, I mean, for any women Eagles fans out there, cool cup. I know a lot of people like these coffee cups and whatever, so got one of those giving away. Super Bowl pennant. I think an Eagles flag from the Salute to Service. I think it was from last year. So, yeah, I got some good stuff. Probably some more gifts as well. So, yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of great Eagles fans there. I think, Chris, will you be there or you might not be there?
I will not be there. It's my sister's graduation this weekend,
Okay.
so
That is definitely understandable. So, definitely have a good time there. And, yo, El Capitan, great game, man, against your Raiders. I'm sorry we had to do you guys like that, but it is what it is. So sorry about that. But, yeah, that's pretty much all we have. Dalt was not here because he's moving out of his house currently, so he'll be back next week. And, yeah, we'll definitely have a good show next week. Tune in for Sippin' Sports this weekend. I think we're going to be having it. We're also going to be probably doing a Sixers post game on Friday night. So stay tuned for that. There's also the show Philly Sports Pulse that is hosted by Jesse and his good friend Adam. So go check that out as well. And subscribe and like the channel. And go check us out on Facebook. Go check us out on Instagram and TikTok. And we definitely appreciate you guys. And go Birds. And I appreciate Chaos Chris for taking the time and co-hosting with me, my brother. Appreciate you, man. So that's good to do it. You got anything else to say, Chris?
go Birds.
Go Birds. That's right. All right. We'll see you guys. Peace.
What we got? 302BIRDS, Steaks.